What's up, guys? So here's an update on this DB36 Apollo. It's made by Apollo. I've had it for maybe 8 months now, and the carb has started giving me issues. I've already started to take it off. I got these two bolts out, and majority of the plastic stripped off. Tank is off. But I've got this one here that is supposed to be a replacement for it. I just got it on the list for the bike. When you scroll down, it has a frequently bought together, and I bought a carb when I got the bike. But it ran fine for a while. Now doesn't have any top end. It runs fine idle. You get about half throttle. Anything more than that, it starts missing and popping and just isn't happy. So we're gonna put a carb on it, and hopefully we get a little more time out of this. I still have everything connected. Fuel lines and everything are still connected. But I've got to take that screw off right here to get, right here to get it off of the airbox. And then on this side, the fuel line here has got to come off, and a throttle cable should just unscrew from the top. And then there'll be a little clip on the inside to be able to pull the throttle cable off of the needle. Hopefully I don't have to tear this apart much more than what it is, but we'll see. But let's go ahead and get started. Let's see how we can get this thing out. All right, so here's the old one. Now this is the needle here. This is part of your throttle cable, your slide that goes inside your carb. Now it works fine with this one. It sits all the way in. I don't have it lined up properly. But it doesn't fit in this one, so you have to change that out. I don't know why they do that. That's just how they do it. See how it sits all the way down in there? With this one, it doesn't do it. You got to change it out. I don't know if it's a different, it doesn't sit flush. That right there is as far down as it goes. That's it. It doesn't go any further. So it's supposed to sit all the way down in there. So you have to change that out, but that's a very simple process. You pretty much just open your throttle up and then hold this so it doesn't return, and then the cable will push out from the inside. It just sits right here on the side of the slide, and that cable will push out, and then you just pull it through this channel here. It'll come right apart. I did not have to change this piece out. It threads onto the new carb, so we got lucky there. But I'm just going to put this piece on. This is the piece that goes to the intake on the jug for the cylinder, and then hopefully it'll fit up to the factory airbox. If not, the kit came with this little pod filter. I mean, it's not, I get it's a cheap bike, it's a cheap Chinese bike, but it's still one of those, if you don't really want to run an open filter in the dirt, because where I live, it's all dirt. I ride this thing with my son on his four-wheeler, so it's done fairly well. It's definitely been in there. It runs good. Well, as of lately, it hasn't really done much running, but know, I've heard a lot of people have issues with these where they got to run them partially choke or full choke. In the beginning, I didn't have to do that, and then it started developing a like a dead spot in the throttle. You know, if you went too slow, it was, you know, it was a lean spot in the jetting for the carb, and it didn't have enough fuel for hard acceleration, so it would cough. And then it started to go where half choke. You know, it wanted to be, you know, wanted to run on half choke, and it ran great on half choke. But now it's just to the point to where, you know, where it used to run great on half choke. You know, and once it gets to the top end of the range, it doesn't have the fuel anymore. So gotta take care of that. You know, you don't want it running lean, because then you're just gonna cause more problems than if you would have just taken care of it. I get these bikes are cheap, but there's no sense in, you know, ruining something. Swap these fuel lines over. This is your overflow. And then this had to go in through the top here. That was the only way it would go in and out. It had to go through here. You got this support bracket for the seat, and I think it's just for the seat. And then, you know, this here is the main portion, one of the main portions of the frame. It's got to go in right here. You just got to turn her sideways and drop her down in there. She'll go right on into place. All right, so far I'm impressed. I, you know, just put the gas tank back on and, I mean, bumped it and it fired right up. And I mean, guys, literally to take this thing out, I have a 10 mil, I have an 8, a couple different extensions, a couple wrenches. The Phillips screwdriver was just for the air box, and then this is a 5mm Allen, and that is to get the plastics off. My only thing is it needs a touch of idle, but we're gonna fix that right now as soon as I find me the right screwdriver to get in there, because it's literally behind the frame rail. Horrible design. Even the factory one was like this, but the factory one I can kind of turn by hand. So this is the factory idle adjustment screw. The aftermarket one is in the exact same location. It's behind the frame rail. Horrible. Horrible idea. Horrible. Why they thought this was a grand idea, I don't know. But bad spot. Now the pipe's kind of warm. It is idle adjustment right. See, I can't even. Is right there. That is the idle adjustment. So we're gonna mess. I'm gonna mess with this a little bit. Get the idle up just a touch, because barely wants to idle. It wants to stall out. And then after that, we're gonna go for a ride. We're gonna see how she performs now. All right. Well, I got you guys mounted on my helmet. Damn, this thing is dirty. We're going to test out this new carb that I just put on here. We had a little bit of rain, you know, so I wasn't able to do an update right away. This thing's crooked. That's a little better. Sorry. But yeah, completely cold bike. I mean, just backed it out the garage, did the chain on it. you know, like completely dead cold. No heat in it at all. Believe we're at neutral. That's no choke on at all. I've got a little course down at the field. We'll take a little bit of a warm up. You know, we'll do a little bit of a warm up and then, you know, really get into her a little bit and see how well she likes it. It's dead cold, like I showed you. Much better with that brand new carb on there. And like I said, it's just on the listing of the bike, it was, if you scroll down, it says frequently bought together, and I just bought the carb that was typically bought with it. I don't have a name, but if I can find it, I will add that into the video in the description, so that way there you guys would be able to kind of do your own searching and find it from there. What it'll do. Warm up the road real quick. Make sure that there's nothing in these trees, because this track is a little overgrown. It's been a while since we've rode out here. Our first spider. See if we can't find something to clear this really quick. This stick isn't much. Ain't doing anything. Go on, little spider. There's another one. I need a better stick. That's a big stick. Make sure it's clear up here. Homeless people. Some right there. spiders. And oh, we got a couple more up here. And I think we're good. Well, we're gonna walk back to the bike. All right, we are back at it. We're gonna do a little warm up here. We're gonna do a little warm up. I don't know where those people went, but yeah, let's go. Missed one. Missed that one right there too. Gotta do something with that because that's not going to work. Maybe that'll stay out of the way. put in neutral. Well, camera got beat up. Whew. A little out of breath from that one, but definitely runs better. So, you know, for a little 230cc bike classified as a 250, air-cooled engine, it really doesn't run that bad. Till next time.